favorite nights because it's the opening of the all-school New Bedford. Lynn, tell us what?
The visual art show.
The visual art show, and there are families, there are kids, there are parents, and we have a quiet moment. So I want to say thanks to the business community folks that help make this possible.
Art is meant to be shared, and that's the beauty of it. Today we have hundreds of young people bringing thousands, bringing thousands of people downtown to see the children's art as families, to see the students' art as families. And that family dynamic, to see the pride when students are showing their parents, their brothers, their sisters, their friends, I made that. And this is what makes AHA Night so much fun. This is what makes this particular AHA Night the student art, where we celebrate the art of an entire community of young people, such a special thing to be a part of.
This is a night that First Citizens looks forward to. It's an opportunity to celebrate not just the students, the teachers.
Yes.
There's and I'm going to look right over here and say it takes an awful lot of work. Sometimes with 15 students in a class, sometimes with 30 students in a class, to get focus, number one, and to be able to, you have this date, so things have to be completed and accomplished for here. There are some amazing pieces here. There are some truly amazing pieces, and you're very well aware of that. Some art that could be judged in contests, there's no doubt about it. But we also see the budding, right? Mm-hmm. And it's going to be up to you and the rest of the teachers to keep them going.
That's right.
And then later on, as they graduate, go through the college process, that's when you see them all back, right? And everything else we do. So we do want to keep these artists, these young artists, middle artists on and keep them in this community. This is the beginning of that for many of them.
The big exciting part this year, very new, that all the elementary students have art every week across the city. That's the first time that's happened in many years. So we're really excited that we have a lot of brand new art teachers who have really gotten together and gotten this all done for their first time and their first showcase for all of this work. And the crowded hallways will take it all the time. We love the families coming in. We look forward to meeting them and seeing them come in with their students and seeing everybody so happy, and it's great. It's a great time.
So which is your piece of art? This one? And what did you draw?
I drew an alien.
Okay. And what do you like about your drawing?
That it has backgrounds and like spaceships in it.
So my piece is supposed to be in like a bird form. This is supposed to be like a made-up dragon, and we used these French artwork designs, so we would trace them and we'd add extra design to them. So what I did was I decided I love elemental things and I love majestic creatures, so I started to use different colors and designs and forms of shape, and I thought that Mocha was a good name for this dragon.
We are thrilled with this exhibit, and it represents the best and the brilliance of New Bedford students. First of all, the arts are a critical part of what we're trying to do in building an excellent school system. Right. And we know when we integrate math and literacy and all those wonderful skills into the arts, our children not only learn more deeply, but they develop those passions. So this exhibit represents a cross-section from kindergarten all the way through grade 12, and we believe next step is going to be museums in terms of the work that they're showing here.
Well, we will look forward to seeing them downtown at some point when they move on in their careers, hopefully to UMass Dartmouth or BCC.
Absolutely, and this is the beginning part of how children really begin to love what they do and do what they love. I just want to comment, this is the first year that we're concluding where all our students received art and music and PE and technology on a regular basis every week. Right. So you're seeing the fruits of that labor, and there's only more to come.
This is a butterfly drawing that I did, and what we basically did is I drew one half of the butterfly, and then I used tracing paper to draw the other side. And then I shaded it all in with purple colored pencil to make it look more realistic, and then I just basically shaded the rest of the colors in.
Great. Well, thanks for talking to us, and you got an award. I see that. That's congratulations.
Thank you.
I did a sunflower and I did orange in the middle, and I did the leaves with black lines in them.
Yeah?
And I did the petals with like a kind of glue, like a glue.
Right?
And I did watercoloring in the background of it.
Well, I really like it. It's very striking. Thank you for talking to us.
Okay.
You get a little view of why it's everybody's favorite night, and now we're going to go in and see the awards show. So stay with us.
We are so excited for the amount of families that are here seeing all of your children's artwork. It's so fun to talk to all of you and see the excitement of the students and the work that they did and showing it off to all of you as you come through. So we just have a nice award ceremony here, particularly for our judged artwork, which is from 6 through 12. So students in elementary school, their artwork is not judged, but is on display. But we do have a community panel of judges that come in to do 6 through 12. So we'll go through some of the awards that came up through that. But first, I just want to introduce our superintendent of schools, Dr. Pia Durkin, to give a few words.
Thank you, Ms. Souza. I'm delighted to welcome you here, and I know there are hundreds of people in this building tonight because we are celebrating our children's brilliance and their passion. For those of you who are new to the art exhibit, please make sure you see every exhibit. We are so proud of the work our teachers and our students have done. And part of that is because we have been able to show what we know and be able to use the arts to be able to do that. This is the first year that every student in New Bedford Public Schools had art as a subject every week. And that's really important, as you well know. With the Friday program being extended, we were able to hire art, music, PE, and technology teachers. And this is the result of what they're doing. So please enjoy yourself and see this. I very much want to thank Ms. Souza and the entire community who has helped us not only look at our art, but make sure this exhibit was going to be a success. Many hours went into this. And for our teachers who get that brilliance out of our kids, I am so proud of you, and we are thrilled that we're able to do this each year. So do take the time to walk around this building, and you will be amazed at what our children are doing from kindergarten through grade 12. Thank you so much for all your support. We are building an excellent school system, but we cannot do it alone. And we need each one of you to make sure that we're doing it right and that we have the support to continue doing the good things for our kids. Thank you.
All right, next we're going to welcome up our keynote speaker for tonight, Don Burton. He's sitting in the front here. He's a local filmmaker. He went to UMass Dartmouth, which is excellent. Did some great work out west in California and now is back and has a studio here in New Bedford. So he's going to just go through some of the things he does, even in the community here. So welcome, Don.
So first of all, congratulations on this really cool art show here tonight. I walked around earlier this week, I saw a bunch of the work, and you know, it really occurred to me as I was looking at everything that what is cool about your work is that it's really no different than the work that I do, the work that professional artists do. It's a form of expression, and it's yours. And it's on display here tonight, and I saw some really cool pieces that I really enjoyed looking at. Sometimes, you know, we forget how important the arts are, right, in the real world. But the cool thing about it is that where does your art come from? It comes from your brain, from your heart. It's a form of expression. It's your ideas. And those ideas, they can't be taken away from you in any way, shape, or form. They belong to you, right? And so what I want to talk about a little bit today is that how important that is. Your ideas need to have voices. And when you express yourself, you put out your voice. And so when I see this artwork here tonight, I say, wow, you guys are really raising your voices loud. And how important that really is. And you should continue to raise those voices loud. You guys are the voices of the world today, right? As you're growing up, you see things happening in your community, and they might be things you like, they may be things that bother you, but you can comment on them, you can talk about them through your art, and it's very important that you continue to do that. So I'm really excited to be here to talk to you tonight. What's interesting to me is the value of those ideas that I just mentioned to you, right? Art has the power to change minds and to change your worlds. At the end of the day, what makes it special for me is that, again, it's the ideas and no one can take them from you. But as Lynn said, I'm a filmmaker, and what was important to me growing up was that a lot of people said yes to me, to my ideas. And I think that's really kind of a very important message to take tonight, that a lot of what we see here tonight is because teachers, parents, all said yes to the children and their ideas, and the students. And without people saying yes, those voices, they have a harder time to get out, don't they, right? So for me, it was very important in my life that I was able to have people saying yes to me. As Lynn said, my name is Don, and I am a filmmaker, and let me see here. I grew up here in the south coast of Massachusetts. When I was in high school, I always wanted to make films, right? And let me show you a little bit. I'll just kind of put this up here. This is an independent film that I've just made, and this is playing in 3 festivals at the moment. This is actually a UMass Dartmouth alum acting in it. It's playing in Texas, in Philadelphia, and believe it or not, in Morocco, in the country of Morocco. And we're really honored to be in a festival there. The cool thing about it is that when you get to make work like this, you get to put it out there. And how, like, again, tonight is important because you're putting it out there. There are different levels of putting your work out there, and sometimes, you know, when we put a film out there like this, we never know what's going to happen, right? You never know how people are going to react to it. So hearing back from people halfway across the world that they're interested in our film, you know, that's really satisfying. So I make independent films like that. I make commercial films. When I was your age, like I said, I wanted to make movies. In high school, my guidance counselor told me that I would have to move to California to do that. And I really wasn't ready to move away at that time, right? It turns out that he was wrong. You don't have to move to California to make movies. You can make them anywhere. But I got lucky. I came to UMass Dartmouth right over here, and I majored in sculpture. And I got a really cool, strong foundation in the arts. That I then translated into making films. And when I was ready to move, which was shortly after college, I moved out to California, and I was there for in Los Angeles, working in the film industry for about 14 years, 13 to 14 years. I got to work on some really cool projects. I worked on a TV show, a movie called Talk to Me. These are just different examples of things that we got to do. This was that's Cedric the Entertainer. We got to, interview a lot, Don Cheadle. It was really interesting to work on those types of projects because it really showed me that there's a lot of ability to have a profession in the arts and to make it a life, really. You can have a job working in the arts and being creative. So everything that you do here tonight is the beginning of that, but it doesn't stop there. It's a very, very important idea to keep in mind that what you do can actually make you a living. And I think that's important to remember. That's what I got to see when I moved out to California. Now, when I was out there, like I said, I was there about 14 years. And, I had enough. I was like, I want to come home. So about 6 years ago, I decided that, I'm going to move back. And I decided, where am I going to relocate? New Bedford. Because New Bedford is actually, if you look at it coming from Los Angeles, it's really, really cool. I mean, there's a lot happening. There's a lot of creative people here. The Atlantic magazine calls it the 7th most creative city in the United States for artists per capita. So you're actually in a hotbed of creativity here, and it makes it really exciting for me to be here. I actually live about 3 blocks away. I walked here tonight, and I have a studio. Downtown is my home. So I have a great time here. But most important is that I get to make projects now that are about a community that I find important. This was a project that I did for the National Park Service. Right downtown is a national park, and it was promoting the SoCo Blueways. This is a project for UMass Dartmouth, promoting different students and professors and talking about the artists that work right down here at the Star Store in their arts program. This was a TV commercial for UMass that was aired on television during March Madness a couple of years ago, and we did a series of commercials for them. Everybody knows this block downtown. It's being renovated now, and I was working with AHA and the museum and Whale at the time to talk about how that project is going to be a renewal, rebuilt. And this one is a really cool project that I'm working on now with the New Bedford Historical Society. We're doing an interactive documentary on the abolitionist neighborhood right here on 7th Street. And what we're going to do is we're going to take all these interviews that we do with people in this neighborhood and create 360-degree footage that is virtual and bring it up to a gallery in Boston. It'll be on Newbury Street at the Boston Architectural College's gallery. And the cool thing about that is that here we are. We're not just showing our work here, but we're taking New Bedford to a larger city and showing them what's valuable to us here. And so for me, I find those types of projects to be inspiring, fun, worthwhile, and again, it's about expression and ideas. And the funny thing about it is, at the end of the day, it pays. Yep, I get paid. I get paid to do this. Sometimes I don't get paid a lot. Sometimes I get paid a real lot. But it all balances out. There are times when I go to bed at night and I wake up in the morning and I feel, everything's good. Other times I go to bed and I wake up at 3 in the morning, I'm like, oh God, where's the next check gonna come from? But at the end of the day, somehow the check comes in. And I think that's a testament to staying with something even through the tough times and making it work. So really what I want to say to you today is that the work you have on display is valuable in many, many ways to you. And it's no different than the kind of work that I have showed you up here on screen tonight. If you wish it to be, it can be a profession. When I was little, I saw a film by this guy on the Disney Channel. Everybody know who he is? Maybe the adults here might know. That's Charlie Chaplin. And as I watched his film, I said, this is amazing. I kind of understood how I could make a film like that because it wasn't all special effects. It was really just a simple shot and a person acting funny in the shot. And I remembered, at that time we didn't have cell phones. We couldn't make films with our cell phone. But I remembered that we would go on vacation and my parents would have a Super 8 camera with actual film in it. Some people here might remember that. And I said, man, if we can if we're making films with that camera of our vacations, can I make a Charlie Chaplin film with that? And I stayed up every night in my room for about a week, working up the courage to ask my parents if we could make a movie. And then finally I popped the question one night at dinner. I said, hey, can we use the camera to make a movie? And there was silence. Yeah. And my parents looked at each other, and then they looked at me, and I was like, this is gonna be it, no. But they were like, yeah, that's cool. That's a good idea. They said yes. And I think I was in 3rd or 4th grade at that time. That was so important to me, okay? And I think that's part of the message that I think I'd like to say tonight is that to both the students here and the adults. For the students, don't be afraid to ask somebody to help you, to ask if you can do something, to just do it. And for the adults, don't be afraid to say yes, because that can really make a difference in somebody's life. Who knows what will happen? God knows. It might be crazy, but it might be fun, and it might last for a month, it might last for a lifetime. My dad said to me, you know, somewhat rather naively, he said, you know, you do what you like and the money will follow. Yes, he was right. But the bigger story to that is, you do what you like, you keep doing it, you prepare to fail again, to keep failing, to try it, and to fail again, and to keep trying. But the more times you do something, the better you're going to get at it. And the better you get at it, the more opportunity you will have to make a living doing it. Eventually, the art will begin to pay a living wage. Find people, if you're interested in doing something creative, find people who are successful at what you want to do. Talk to them. Bug them. Bug the hell out of them. Convince them. Right now, you're a little too young, you don't need a job, right? But eventually, you may need a job. And I'll plant this seed. You convince the people who are successful at what you want to do to hire you. And if they can't, convince them then to point you in the direction of somebody who can help you do it. Just keep knocking on doors and asking. Eventually, something will come up. And the biggest thing is that and I'll end with this, during all of that struggle, as you try to keep expressing yourselves, no matter if you get paid or you don't get paid, the struggle is that during that, all of your ideas will be finding a voice, you'll be expressing yourselves, and really that's what's important, because you'll be living your lives truly, the way that you want to. So, back to the ideas one more time. The ideas that you have here tonight that you've shown, they cannot be taken away from you. Express them, find the voice, put it out there, and find what it is that you like to do, whether it's painting, drawing, sculpture, making movies, acting, singing, band, whatever it may be. Just keep on doing it. If it's science, whatever it may be, science and art are related. They're not unrelated. Everything is related. Break down those walls and find ways of connecting what you like to the world out there. So I'll end with that. Congratulations again on this really wonderful art exhibit. It's been a pleasure to see it come together over the last few days as I stopped in. No matter who gets an award tonight, who does not get an award, just please keep making the work. I think that's the most important thing. You guys, congratulations, you're awesome. Thank you, and have fun tonight.
All right, so we're just going to move on to do some of the awards for tonight. We have a couple Best in Show awards. We do one for the high school students and one for the middle school students. And if you got a program, you can see the two that were chosen. If you didn't get a program yet, when you go out the aisles, out the door, there's a bunch on the tables if you want to take one with you. So we have little prizes for all of the students that won awards. I want to thank the community partners, because what's going to be in their award bag, which you'll see, We have First Citizens Federal Credit Union that donated backpacks. There's water bottles inside, Frisbees. And also with this, the New Bedford Art Museum, Artworks, gave a full family 1-year membership pass in here. Yes, thank you. It's great. We have some great community partners here that really care about the students and really want to give them some opportunities here. There are some free pizza gift certificates from Domino's. Yes, I want to thank Nelson and his team for those. We have a four passes to the Whaling Museum as well. So all of that for the winners. Thank you. All right, so for Best in Show for the high school, we have Abby Jupin, who's here. Come on up, Abby. She did the self-portrait. Here you go, Abby. Thank you very much. Yeah. If you want to see her self-portrait, it's in the very back on this first floor. You can't miss it when you turn the corner in the back. So thank you, Abby. For middle school, we have a student from Keith Middle School. Okay, Himina Bones, if you can come on up. Go ahead. Thank you. You're welcome. Her artwork is on this side. Okay, you can go down there and see it too. We have some other awards that the judges have chosen. So as you walk around, you might see little round stickers that are on different pieces of art. All those students are receiving Gold Key or Silver Key awards, which they will get certificates back at their schools from their teachers within the next week or two. But then the judges pick some special awards when they go around in things that they really see. So we have a couple students that are receiving awards for having multiple pieces of artwork on display that receives Gold Key awards. So those two students are Adilson Delgado Correa from New Bedford High School. And I know he can't be here tonight, so I'm going to give this to Miss LaBerge to take to him. Okay, I'll keep this here. And then the other high school student for that is Hannah Cancino. Is she in here? She's here. Excellent. Nice job. Congratulations. Okay, we have, yes, thank you. We have two middle school awards, which were judges' choice. Out of all of the different pieces of artwork, the judges individually picked these two pieces out. So from Normandin Middle School, we have Madison Santiago. And from Keith Middle School, we have Pablo Tiniguar. Is he here? Not sure if he's here. Is Miss Riley still in here? Okay. Here, you can have this one, and I'll give one to Miss LaBerge. Miss LaBerge, do you want to come up for this one before I forget? Thank you. All right. A couple other things that the judges love to do, because as you walk around, you can see some of the classes that have done some great projects as a whole. So we have 3 special recognition awards, which what we're going to do is use some pizza gift certificates, and the class can have a pizza party. So one of them that won, if you're out on this side at Normandin, there are rocks that have gargoyles on them, which are really fantastic. That's from Miss Souza from Normandin. So congratulations to those students. Mr. Quirk, would you mind taking the gift certificates from Miss Souza for me, Mr. Quirk? Thank you. Thank you very much. They'll be excited. All right. Another special recognition is going to, which this is new this year, and this is a paraprofessional who works at New Bedford High School that took on teaching a transitional resource class of special education students, and they used recycled materials and made a bunch of excellent work. She caught me one day at New Bedford High School and said, "Can I be in the art show?" And I said, "Yes, you can." And she tracked us down and met with all the high school teachers and kept asking questions, and we definitely wanted to display their work, so they're back here too. So that's a special judges recognition award, so that TR class can have a pizza party as well. So if you want to come on up. Thank you for all of what you've done this year. It's great. Thank you. All right, and we have one more for Whaling City Junior Senior High School, which is upstairs. Their work is upstairs in the back corner. For the buildings that they have built, there's this 3D artwork on display upstairs if you go see that. Is Miss Johnson here? No, I'll hold on to that, but I want to give them a round of applause for the buildings that they've made upstairs. All right, so again, every student that has artwork on display, including elementary school students, so K to 12, every student will get a certificate of participation for being in the art show. And then all of these students that have these special awards will get certificates on top of any of the ones that you see with stickers on them. And the color of the sticker doesn't make there's no significance to that, just to showcase which students will get awards, the Silver Key and the Gold Key awards at their schools. So can I just have one more round of applause for all of the student artwork? This is great. Next, I'm just going to welcome Dr. DeFalco up to do some teacher recognition. Thank you. Do you want to stay down there? Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
Thank you. Thanks, Lynn. Good evening, everybody. Great seeing you. Thank you for coming this evening, and a big thank you to Don for his message about finding what you love to do and sticking with it. And there are many 3 a.m. Evenings when you wake up and think, oh my God, right? That happens to all of us. So no matter what it is that you get into, but very sincere, thank you for being here. And before we get started with some recognition of our new teachers, can I just see a hand of all of our educators in the room? If you just put your hand up for me. Can everyone give them a huge round of applause, because it is Teacher Appreciation Week. And we appreciate very much your service and dedication to New Bedford Public Schools and our beautiful children. So thank you so much for that. And with that, we just want to take a moment to recognize our new staff and a couple of staff who are going to be retiring and leaving the district. And for all of you, as you know, Dr. Durkin, our superintendent, mentioned at the opening of our program this evening that this is our first year with a full complement, thanks to the hard work of our administration, to our mayor, and our school committee for making this a major priority for our city and ensuring that all of our students have full access to the arts. So we are very, very pleased and proud of that accomplishment. And with that, we had the opportunity to bring on board quite a few new teachers this year in the fine arts area. So we would like to recognize them. And when I say your name, if you are here, if you wouldn't mind standing. First, we have Matthew Correo. If you could stand, Matthew. Thank you, Matthew. Elizabeth Dewar. Rachel Howell. Just, I guess, there's been a few here tonight. Nicole Maynard Sahar. No? Okay. Erin McQuaid, Alexander Simon, and our student teacher, there you go. Thank you for being here. We have a student teacher from Pulaski, Amanda Pacheco. Is Amanda here? Yeah. All right, there she is in the back. And the two teachers that are going to be retiring at one the end of this year and one next January, so we wanted to recognize her now. Unfortunately, neither of them are here. They're ill, but Sheila Sweeney Medeiros from Lincoln will be retiring in January. And Beth Ann Souza from Normandin will be retiring the end of this year. And so a very warm and sincere thank you for all of their years of service to New Bedford Public Schools and our children. So thank you very much. And Ms. Souza, back to you.
Some of those new teachers were here. They might be still out there talking to families. I did see a few of them, but thank you. All right, so maybe I want to make sure I do this and say thank you to all of the different people that have made this possible. This happens not easily, as you can see with all of the artwork that's here and all of the things that have to go into it. But first I want to thank again Nelson from Domino's Pizza for all the gift certificates that he gave. First Citizens Federal Credit Union they are a partner and they're sponsoring AHA tonight. So please, AHA's open through 9 o'clock tonight. Feel free to go downtown. There are some pink flyers hanging around that show you anything downtown you can go to tonight, which is excellent. I want to thank the New Bedford Whaling Museum for their gift certificates, the New Bedford Art Museum Artworks for their membership passes that they gave to the students, Lee Heald and the AHA committee for all of the work that they do. They really do a lot behind the scenes for us here and really help to bridge all the community partners to get everybody on board to help with getting some nice things for the students. I want to thank the judges that were here for 2 days with me this week. I want to thank Don Burton for coming out and speaking with us. Thank you very much. I really want to have a sincere thank you for all the teachers, for all the work that they do. We have very talented students here, but behind the talented students are some excellent staff members who have really taught these kids some excellent techniques and things that they have showcased, so thank you very much. I want to thank the students for all their hard work and everything that they've done. Really excellent job. They work on a lot of these things from the beginning of the year as we go. I want to thank all the parents for coming out and supporting your children and supporting the arts in our schools. We really, really appreciate it. We love this event to see so many families come out and talk to the teachers. It's great. And I can't go without thanking the custodial staff and the facilities team that get all of these panels back and forth from all the schools. They're not light when you pack them all up, and they really do a great job. So thank you to all of those people. If we can give everybody a round of applause. That's good. And last but not least, I just want to welcome up our mayor, John Mitchell, to say some closing remarks. So thank you for coming, Mr. Mitchell.
I'm well. Thank you, everybody. So I don't want to repeat all the thanks that Lynn just offered, but there are a few that bear emphasizing. So these opportunities that our kids get in the arts don't happen automatically without, they don't happen automatically. They happen with leadership that commits to exercising that part of our kids' brains. As much as we've strived to activate their potential in math and in ELA and in other traditional subjects, art is right there at the top too. So I want to thank Dr. Durkin and Dr. DeFalco for their leadership in making it happen, making it part of the curriculum, especially at the elementary school level where it really hadn't happened in a long time. So thank you both for your hard work. I want to thank Lynn. You're still behind me, you're still back there, for your making it happen. You had a big year this year, and you still a few other things on your mind, right? But you still were able to keep it all going. And this show is as fabulous, even more fabulous than it's been in years past. And thanks to you, thanks to your fine arts team, all the arts teachers, the principals who do such a great job in making sure that arts is integral to what our kids learn. I just want to speak to my fellow parents of New Bedford school children. I think it's pretty cool when you come to an event like this and you see something your kid did and you think, whether you tell your kid or not, I think that's pretty, I can't believe my kid did that. That's kind of neat. And so we enjoy that reaction, but imagine the reaction your kid has, right? Because deep down your kid's saying, I didn't know I could do that, and it's pretty good. And they look at you and say, yeah, I did do something all right. And so you don't get those opportunities all the time, but when you do, you really have to savor them. And that's the reason I come to this event. I know that you do too. But that's what we're getting in our school system. It's those opportunities for kids not only to learn something, but to do something they didn't think they could do, which is, and we all have those moments as we look back over our childhoods and we did something we didn't think we could do, and what that meant for our confidence and our self-esteem and our ability to try bigger things. So that's one of the things we're trying to activate. And we're an art city. This is a city that really values its its history as an art center and as a place that activates creativity. This is all part of it. And so it's a real pleasure for me to really take a look through the building and check out all the work, but also to think about the potential that it's activating along the way and what that means for our city. So I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. Spread the word. Tell people about all the great things that you see are happening in our school system, and tell them to tell 2 friends and so forth, because things are really happening. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, everyone. I did forget 2 students who decided yesterday with me that they were up for the challenge of having performances. How many nights this week? 3? 3 nights this week? So I want to thank Kamal and Max for coming and playing beforehand. So thank you guys. They're New Bedford High School students, and they made this happen for me. So thank you. Thank you all. Have a good night.
The night is done and the stage is quiet. We hope that you have enjoyed the show, that you have been able to celebrate with us the great accomplishments of these students in the arts, and that you are able to support the New Bedford Public Schools for all that they are doing for these students. Come downtown and have your own aha moment anytime, and you'll be able to enjoy all of the arts, history, and architecture on offer downtown.
New Bedford Cable Network. Public, educational, and government access. Channel 95 is public access. Channel 9 is educational access. Channel 18 is government access. New Bedford Cable Network. We're more than you know us for.
There are oceans and rocks, places where fish swim and birds fly, where mountains spring up and trees and grass grow all around. History is made, art is created, things happen that should always be remembered. Heroes emerge. A woman sets people free. A man makes light. A leader steps forward. People get together. They help each other out. They make their own places to run and play and contemplate the universe. There's pride and gratitude and fun. It belongs to everyone. It can be a place, a feeling, a state of mind. So get up, get out there, and find your part.